Gaming Division. Hey there, welcome to Gaming Division. I'm Cameron. Today we're going to do a little bit of unboxing for Among the Stars. I was watching Dice Tower, and they were naming games that murdered games. They have so many good little podcast discussions about games. You just troll back through there, and they're pretty relevant up to a certain point. But they were saying that this game pretty much replaced Seven Wonders. Seven Wonders is up here somewhere. Is a game that's a kind of a staple in our gaming group. It's the one game that I know almost everybody likes. They like playing large game numbers. So like they'll play 7-person games. We haven't played an 8-person game yet, which would be really interesting with Babel. Like I've got everything to do with it now, including the Nimrod promo card. Super happy about that. But when I heard that there's a sci-fi version, I'll go ahead and open this while I'm talking, and that it was actually better than Seven Wonders potentially, I got really curious. So I looked it up. I looked at the rules. I skimmed them really briefly because I don't have the game. It's really hard for me to remember the rules. So I'm really excited about this. And I don't want to look at the rules too much because I want to make the unboxing somewhat fun. So here's that new box slide. I don't want to drop it because of the microphone. Yeah, that spiked. But we get a nice new rule set, and I do like that the rules are pretty light. It's marked 12 pages, but you'll notice there's lots of space. It's large print. It's got examples. It's got a half a page for variants right there. It's got a half a page for 2-player rules, aggressive mode, and then the last, page 8, the last part of the rules, it looks like, is just like FAQ clarification stuff. And then these last 4 pages are fluff. But that's neat that they have fluff on like the different races there. So they definitely put a lot of work into this game regardless. And the aesthetic's fine. I don't think it's super special, but it's more than enough for me. So let's look and see what we've got here. Based on what I could tell, this is a scoring track of sorts. So instead of doing like a blind scoring, I would say, it's like Seven Wonders does. You can tell the score as you go, which makes cleanup and at the end of the game to do scoring and everything a little easier, I think. But there's that. And this is a thick quality cardboard too, I should say. It doesn't mean that they're not popping out on me, but oh, look at that, they were actually linked. So apparently when it's machined like this, because that's where it was connected. But that breaks off pretty easy. You've got 8 different races. Looks like, I don't know if you can play more than 4. So, and that helps keep the game simple too, because you don't have to play test that many people, you don't have that many variations that can happen. And I'm failing to see where it says, 2 to 4 players. Approximately 30 minutes, ages 12 and up. Start making that a thing. And they included what looks like some baggies. Oh, small baggies and big baggies. I like that. That is a very nice thing for them to do. And given the pieces in here, I'm definitely going to use these. I'm just going to bag it up right now. But you've got 5 pieces, you've got 1 pieces, you've got these indicators for different things here, but there's only 4 of them. Okay, so it's supposed to represent the 4 players, and on the score track you can see that the score track only goes to 49, so these are your plus 50, so in case you run over. So apparently you've got 8 races, you can pick any 4 of those for the people playing. This is very interesting. Oh, it's not. I thought it was a tray of some kind. These are clear cubes. This is not going to show up on camera. I'm going to try really hard though. You see that? That is a clear cube. There is 20 of these. I have no idea what they're used for, but it's super intriguing just that they're here. And the cards, I don't know how much I like this. They do not have radial symmetry. So to me, that's an immediately negative against the game. You can see the card back in there. They use their really nice logo or artwork or whatever, but I don't like that you can mark the deck by turning a card upside down. I think it's a very basic thing that people overlook when they're making games. But we've got like green political types is what it looks like, a council room, red military cards, we've got turrets and shield generators, pilot training area, energy market is yellow, so that looks like customs. So this looks like commercial type stuff. Purple is a garden, restaurant. Oh, so this is another type. Oh, entertainment versus commercialism. That's interesting. Yeah, and there's the green. That's where those came from. There's also another set that comes in here. And there's a bunch of expansions for this, too. I should mention. So I don't know what the expansions do, because I'm not familiar enough with the game. These are blue, so these must be command. It's like command center, security station, medical facility. So these are like services. And then there's a gray or a brown type thing. Main reactor, power reactor, reactor. So certainly these are like items. We'll dispute or events. And there's white, which looks like, I don't know. First line defense, well organized, marbles in space. Like effects almost. So I think that's what that last batch is effects and artifacts, essentially, if you're familiar with MTG. And then you got these cute little shortcut cards. And they've got these cute little shortcut cards that say, like, every year you get 10, whatever the currency is, you draw 6 locations. Every turn, you select one of the cards in your hand, perform one of the following actions, build location. Build power reactor, gain 3 red, whatever the currency is. End of game scoring after the 4th year. All players do the following: check if any objectives are met, gain the energy they provide. Calculate. I'm just gonna call it energy because it's just a plant like an atom symbol. For one of the abilities, yellow boxes, gain 1 for every power reactor that does not contain any energy cubes, which are the clear cubes we saw, I'm assuming. Gain 1 for every 3 coin remaining. The player with the most energy wins. So I guess that's the victory point symbol. So this looks very simple. It actually looks like a more accessible version of Seven Wonders with a draft system and building up things, at least. It's weird to say one game is another game plus this, but it's true. There are draft building and tableau building genres, or whatever you want to call it, deck building genres. So this is another one of the things. So hopefully this and a couple other ones that I've got my eye on until I can get to Tentacurry or Super Dungeon Explorer Forgotten King. To keep us entertained with some new stuff, and I'm looking forward to it. Alright, that's all for me. I'm Camerai, and that's game over. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels.